Life Stadium in East Rutherford. A few moments ago, the crowd here was on their feet as their beloved Jets made their way out of the tunnel. They're ready to go. We're ready to go, and it should be a good one as those New York Jets get set to face off with Drew Brees and the New Orleans Saints. Cat and zero out now as he'll kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone, and he'll elect not to return. This one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback.
Ready, 5-8. Check, walk 54.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to...
And nothing but daylight ahead. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, 76 yards. And the Saints have taken the early lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms, because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Now a carry for the former Michigan State man, Le'Veon Bell. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. A.J. Klein on the tackle there.
2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Here we go. Mike 57.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Cameron Jordan wreaking havoc with a sack.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
56 the Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. You ain't going nowhere.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. He's going to wind up and air it out. And got his man complete. It's a big play there for the Jets on 3rd down. 45 yards.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force them into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Eli Apple, good to the core there as he gets in and knocks it away. So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
Watch the slant. Watch the slant. Watch the slant.
Darnold off the play fake to Bell. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. The New York set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it.
Darnold, he lost the football.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
Check 56. 56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56.
Hey, orbit.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Here we go, D.
The lady.
Again. Here I come again. Check nickel.
The red lady.
Now on 2nd and 16. Darnold. He sets to fire deep. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 36-yard line.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. The big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Darnold on first down. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10.
56. Mike, 56. Right there.
Hey, zoom.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Go.
And Darnold just beating the play clock. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Quincy Enunwa, 36 yards. And the Jets have made this a one-score game. A diving catch for the score. He laid out. That was special.
And you know the first thing they're going to check, right? Did he complete the process of the catch? All the way through, all the way to the ground. Ball doesn't hit the ground without control in his hands. All of that, yes. Check the box. Touchdown.
Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go.
Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Watch twist.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Getting the sense, Charles, are going to put a big emphasis this afternoon on the run game.
And why not? What we're seeing so far, working pretty well from them. And here's the best part. We always talk about the best performers do their job when the lights come on. I think he likes natural light best.
Hey, break it down, fellas. Break it down. 0-2, 0-2. Check it out. Hey, Delta.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Breeze. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. 22 yards there, a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and it's scooped up by the Jets. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
We have seen this before, and we know coaches preach about this and work on it all the time. Catch the ball. You know there's going to be some traffic somewhere. They've got to put it away and secure it as they try and get downfield.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Big stop.
Hey, team 6. Team 6.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
Red 80. Switch. Yo, 80. Check. Red 80.
Joker.
So following the fumble recovery, here's Darnold. And he is going to go down. They sack him on the final play of the first quarter. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
I got you. 56 to Mike.
Go.
3 buzz.
Mike 56. Mike 56. Hey, deep, lady. Pick it up, deep.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56. Deep. 56 to Mike.
Darnold. He's going to find his tight end. That's Chris Herndon. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A gain there of 21 yards.
First down.
Mike, 56, right there, 56.
You ain't got nothing.
56 to Mike. 56 is the Mike.
Yo, 80. Mike 50. Hey, Haywood.
Right here. Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
I'm coming for you. You mine.
56 to Mike, boys.
On first down, Darnold. He rifles one that's intercepted. It's A.J. Klein, the linebacker. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So after the INT, it's Breeze. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. He was trying to hit Thomas that time.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Hey, Alpha. Mike 56.
After the interception, here's Darnold. Rush coming, and he's taken down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 26 and a first down. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now they'll try the sweep with Bell. And an alley to run. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
You think you gonna get this? You think you gonna get this? 56 to Mike. 50.
Man, 80.
Here we go.
Mike 56. Mike 56.
Let's go, D. It's going to be in the cut.
On second and a couple. Darnold throwing the out route incomplete. That's Griffin. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. This quarterback now 6 of 10 in this first half. He's got his guys a first down here.
Get that ball. 50 small. 56. Check 56. Yo, 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 yo. Yo. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, right there. 56. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. 56 to Mike.
Now Darnold. That's complete. It's Bell. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. They'll fake the handoff. Now Darnold. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
All right, need you to check my eyes here. This entire unit defensively, I think, has looked really strong in the first half, especially in the secondary. They've been cohesive, fast to the football. We just saw another example arriving there to help knock that one away.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. 6 man. Check curl. And 80. Check 3. Check 3. Check 3.
Again, Darnold. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. It'll be a 5-yard pickup there, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Ready. 5-8, 5-8.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be 3rd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight. Unable to find anyone.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York set to take the field. And looking at this situation, Charles, you got more than a minute. You've got all 3 timeouts. Probably no need to play this safe.
So what you're saying is that we're doing a little bit of a mind meld here, aren't we? Because I'm thinking along the same lines as you. This amount of time, don't be compelled to play it.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Wes Horton. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Watch the pass. Shift.
Another try after the first down sack. Darnold. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. Now the Jets going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now over 200 yards already in this first half. It's 1st and 10.
Check.
Off of play action, Darnold. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The Jets going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. To throw is Darnold. Going for the deep ball. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there just before halftime. 44 yards. Well, one thing's for sure. They're going to have to come up with something at halftime because he is absolutely roasting them right now.
They're going to go through the whole litany of things, changing coverages, what are we going to do to put a man on him? The big thing to me is treat it like a good pitcher treats pitching a game. Change your timing, change your location. So sometimes you're up on him, sometimes you're back. Just change up the looks that he sees and make him just a little bit more hesitant.
Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll make this a 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
Mike's 47. Hey, get the late one.
Hey, 80. Hey, wahoo!
Here's Darnold. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. So that is 3 interceptions now in this first half. And you hate to ask the question, but let's be honest. We're thinking about it. Do you need to go in a different direction next series?
Potentially. We know that he's probably not going to be on the Pro Bowl ballot. That's not really his stature here. But he has been their starting quarterback for this game.
And the pressure gets to Breeze as he's taken down. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Ready? Hey, Zoo.
54. Mike's 54.
To try again after the sack. Breeze. And the pressure gets to him again. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. 3rd and long now after the sack of Breeze, and the Saints up against it here.
Check 3. Right there. 54. Right there. 54 Mike.
Shotgun now for Breeze. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, set now to go for the 3rd quarter. The Saints have the lead and set to receive the kick. Able to slither by. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now, 1st and 10 at the 20. The second half starts with a carry by Bell. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. It's a gain of 35.
Well, partner, I have to say they called him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy.
And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack. Back at the 47-yard line. Wes Horton able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56.
A play fake, and it's Darnold. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46.
That was well defended, and while it was a completion, it resulted in a loss of yardage. It's really, really hard for a running back to think to himself, I probably should have just dropped it and saved the yardage. It goes against the entire training that he's had his whole career.
Back to throw, Darnold. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line. Cameron Jordan getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. Here's Lachlan Edwards now as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 20-yard line.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. They begin on the ground with Kamara, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Hey, team 6, team 6. Here we go.
On second down, here's Breeze. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. 16 yards, a first down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
So in jet territory now. Here's first and 10 at the 48-yard line. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Hey, Wood.
Now Breeze throwing on second down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He couldn't get the hook up there that time with Thomas.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Come on, baby. Yo, lady. Let's see what you got. Kill.
Five.
So, lady. Fresno.
A first down throw, Darnold. And he's taken down here by the Saints. A.J. Klein able to drop him for a loss of a couple.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
The give is to Bell. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in four-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Third and 2, Darnold. Escaping the pressure right. Letting one go deep for a Nunwa. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And how about the call here? They need 2 yards in their own territory on fourth down, and they're going to go for it.
You don't want it.
Hey, Alpha.
Mike's 56.
whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
A lack of discipline defensively on 4th down, and now that leads to a 1st and 10.
Check 50, check 50. 56, Mike, 56. Right. Smooth. 56. Hey, let's get in that holes. 56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. Hey, 80. Watch the run, watch the run. 80. Switch gears, switch gears.
Darnold from the gun. Letting one go deep for a Newton. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And it's a big turnover there on the final play of the quarter. Back now here on EA Sports. It's the Saints. They'll be looking to expand their lead here. They've got the football as we start the 4th. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at their own 43. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield.
Well, partner, Marvin, our number 1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down from the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Check. Check. Hot. Hey, watch it.
Any weapon. Hey, Echo.
From the gun, it's Breeze. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Mike,
Go, son.
Hey, 80. Hey, watch the slant. Watch the slant. Hey, 80. 24. Mike's 56. Mike's 56. I hope you brought your lunch.
Hey, exit.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Red 80. No. Off.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. A.J. Klein able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Bravo.
Switch. Mike 50. 56. You don't want none.
After the sack on 1st down, Darnold. And he's going to go down again. Sheldon Rankins abruptly ends that play with a sack.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
56. Check 56. Check. Red 80. Hatchet. Red 80.
From his end zone, 3rd and long for Darnold. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Sherrills to return it. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10.
Ready? 95-56. 95-56. 54.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
Sammy. Hey. High 7.
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. miss the intended target. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Darnold now to throw. Under pressure now, Darnold, and he goes down. Wes Horton. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now it's Darnold. Airing one out for Crowder. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Good coverage that time by Patrick Robinson. They were trying to erase that deficit in one play.
They certainly were, but how about the reaction time and the instincts back deep to force the incompletion? We might need to mark this one down. We may look back and say, that was a game-saving play.
3rd and long, it's Darnold. Trying to lay one up deep. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Robbie Anderson, 82 yards. And the Jets have taken the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20. A 10th carry for Kamara. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
Here we go, here we go.
Back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up 3rd down. So he's unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark, really, start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Back to throw, Breeze. Open man is Michael Thomas. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Breeze on the hook up to Thomas for the New Orleans first. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. And complete right side to Cook. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
Hey, 2.
To throw is Breeze. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Looking to go back to Thomas again. And it's 3rd and 4.
Opposite. Hey, Delta.
54, right there. 54, Mike.
Breeze to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to come up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
I don't think you got it. Man, 80. 56, Mike, 56.
You don't know no better.
Mike, 50.
Man, 80.
Mike, 56.
Keep it 80.
Keep it up, guys. Rush in. Rush in. Rush in.
After the interception, here's Darnold. He's going to air one out for Anderson. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. That goes for a gain of 31. Charles, you talk so much about quick change plays. There's one right there. You get the turnover, and boom, hit him with a big one.
And defenses plan for this all the time. They work on it in practice. But in the middle of a game, when that quick change takes place, oftentimes guys aren't as focused as they need to be.
27 Mike. 27 Mike. Mike, 27.
Now Darnold. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And, you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Now Catanzaro after the touchdown to kick it away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Ready.
So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10. Now a 1st down carry. It's Kamara. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, they did throw interceptions on their last 2 drives, so no surprise at all they decided to start it with a running play. I'm actually a little bit surprised, though, that they got as much out of it as they did.
Yeah, decent little gain. Puts them in a pretty good spot for 2nd down. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Break it down, fellas. Break it down. Live it. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
Now Breeze. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Marcus May with a pick, and that will write a finish to this ball game. Charles, in this one, I think the storyline really, the 4th quarter, coming into it neck and neck, but they were able to separate, put their foot on the gas, and get the win.
And since you mentioned neck and neck, I'm going to stay with a little bit of a horse racing theme. It was that close, and then really went into the gallop and finished it strong.
One more horse racing theme.
Go.
I am glad you posted today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Thank the Lord for my people.